And Will Jordan ready for them now. He raises the flag. They're off. Jumping away, the Grade 2 Boodles Rising Stars. Novices chase, Right So Tom, orange jacket, first to show up. Closely attended on the approach to the first fence by Blueking, who jumps it soundly in second place. Harry Cobden in the blue and pink silks. And then Cobra Queen in the yellow, racing upsides, breaking cover in a pale jacket, and Settle Down Jill. Red silks of Tristan Darrell at the back of the field as they encounter the first of the open ditches. Right So Tom just snatching at it a little, going slightly to his left. And he and Blueking push the early pace along as they move on towards the third. Each jumping well there, and the other three in behind were pretty assured as well. Cobra Queen in third place early on with breaking cover on her inner, and Settle Down Jill a couple of lengths away. Another open ditch finished this jumping in the back straight first time. So now the right-hander to carry them off down the side of the course and onto the cross fence and into the last 2 miles of this Grade 2 prize. Right So Tom leading up, stalked by Blueking, and then Cobra Queen to breaking cover and Settle Down Jill. Right So Tom rising, again jumping soundly, and he'll bring him into the straight. Just ahead of Blueking, breaking cover. He's already been prolific over fences this summer and early autumn. Just shading third now to Cobra Queen, herself a 2-time chase winner. Outside of the field, Settle Down Jill just last of the 5 as they take the first of a line of 3 up the straight, and a really enthusiastic leap there from Right So Tom. Blueking, a couple of lengths away, middle one up the straight, fence 7. Right So Tom over Blueking, Settle Down Jill jumping away into a dispute of third with Cobra Queen and breaking cover up the rail. And now the last in the line up the straight. And again, Right So Tom attacking it with gusto and jumping soundly over Blueking, breaking cover on the inner of Cobra Queen and Settle Down Jill. Having briefly gone upsides, that pair drifts back once again to be last of 5 in a well clustered up field as they race up the side of the track close to the stables and onto the spread fence. So very little change in the order so far. They go through the halfway point of the Boodles Rising Stars. Right So Tom over Blueking, breaking cover gave it plenty of daylight in third ahead of Cobra Queen, and then Settle Down Jill. Heading off down the back straights once again. Single file stuff at the moment. 5-6 lengths covering the field as they get to the first of the fences on the far side. Right So Tom over Blueking, breaking cover Cobra Queen and Settle Down Jill. Now another open ditch, the third of the 4 in the race. And Right So Tom and Brendan Powell leading Blueking, and Harry Cobden, rising. And there Blueking was wrong. He rather guessed at it. He's quickly gathered up by Harry Cobden and back on an even keel. Cobra Queen out wide, James Bowen Yellow Jacket edging closer. Third of the fences down the back. Blueking better there. Mistake came from Settle Down Jill when upsides breaking cover. And now they move on to the last of the open ditches. This is 5 outs. Right So Tom. Blueking was asked up on that occasion and was much better than he had been at the previous ditch. Breaking cover in the light blue and pink. Right in behind the leading pair. Cobra Queen wide and Settle Down Jill between horses. And at this stage, all 5 with a chance as they run on down the side of the track towards 4 out. Downhill at this point, an opportunity to get a bit of air into the lungs. Right So Tom, Blueking, again just having to find a stride going to this. Asked up by Harry, lands a little steeply. Right So Tom has a lead of a couple of lengths, and Blueking is being stoked up more firmly. Finds breaking cover poking up on his inner. Cobra Queen on the right, wide coming into the straight. Settle Down Jill becoming outpaced. So 3 left to go in the Boodles Rising Stars, and Blueking is having to work hard here to try and get a grips on Right So Tom and breaking cover. They were almost 3 in a line over 3 out. Right So Tom headed by breaking cover. Blueking now delivering his challenge on the near side. Breaking cover into a narrow lead from Blueking 2 out. They come away from it as 1. Blueking responding generously, but breaking cover is very game and fights on grittily. Here's the final fence of the Rising Stars. Breaking cover and Blueking Blueking the more fluent. Noses into a narrow lead. Now begins to assert. Breaking cover, fighting on grimly, but not good enough. Blueking wins the Boodles Rising Stars over Breaking Cover, Right So Tom, Cobra Queen and Settle Down Jill.
Blueking wins the Rising Stars here at Wincanton. Harry Cobden's had to work hard though, jumping not the best. Second start of the fences, lovely run, lovely ride from Rex Dingle on Breaking Cover. Sneaked him into it, headed the hot favourites, but in the end I think class prevailed, Daryl Jacob.
Class is exactly, that's what's prevailed in the end. It looked hard work for a long way for Harry Cobden. I'm sure he wasn't halfway down the back straight. You could just see him, he was just lowering himself into saddle, trying to keep the bit up in Blueking mouth, and he made a hash of the second last down the back straight, and that kind of put him on the back foot. He had to come forward again, and like I say, it just looked like he needed the whole length of the straight to come up, and I thought Rex Dingle, here it is, look, just out of Harry Cobden's hands and landed, just about got over there. Harry had to pick him back up again and really just get him organised. He was lucky he went down to the next and he just popped the next, but it was just sort of, to me,
it was quite an effort for him to get over his fences, Blueking.
Yeah, I thought, to be honest with you, I thought going around there, like I say, he warmed up to it at Newton Abbot, but you can still see there's definitely signs of inexperience there, and I think it's just class has prevailed at the end of it.
Yeah, Rex Dingle going much the best, and the horse has had a fantastic summer Breaking Cover. Anthony Honeyball, his team are flying along, 33% strike rate in the last fortnight. This horse 5 from 7 over the summer, hits the front here, strong pace initially set by a Right So Tom in the first time cheek pieces, and Breaking Cover, he's been operating at a lot lower level than this, but he's run an absolute stormer.
Hasn't he just? I mean, all credit to Anthony Honeyball and his team there. And like I say, going down to, we said it before, the second last in the hurdle race, comes down to jumping at the last, and watch what Rex's horse just sort of grabs that, loses that little bit of momentum. Blueking was a lot faster, a lot quicker, got away from it better, and here you go. Class has just prevailed, but a huge run from the second and also the third, who's staying on again close to the line.
Yeah, the form summed up by the fact that Breaking Cover, Right So Tom, both rated 127. 147, the official rating of Blueking heading into this contest. You'd have to say from the 2 starts so far, perhaps not as good over a fence as what he is over hurdles.
It's not quite working out. I thought, to be honest with you, I thought once he went from hurdles to chasing, I thought he would just blossom. I thought he would get better and better, but at the moment, he's just finding things just a little bit tough. He's a little bit rusty. If he's going to start dying at the top end of the table, he's just going to have to be a little bit quicker, a little bit more sure-footed with his feet, and try and get that little bit, that select hurdle form that he had at Sandown. All of them big wins, them 2 grade 2 wins. He's a long way from that at the moment, I feel.
Yeah, he is at the moment, but it's a double on the day for trainer Paul Nicholls, Rachel.
And he may not be done just yet. Of course, Rubo still to come in the elite hurdle, long odds-on favourite, but Blueking has been sent off even money favourite. Beautiful performance by Breaking Cover in second at 15-2, and a length between them. All 5 ran.
Blueking Atlanta Grade 2 Rising Stars novice chase. Harry Cobden, the man on board. Talk me through that second run over the fences.
He was a little bit sketchy on the way around, wasn't he? But they're big fences around here, especially down the back. They're all fresh and new, and he's not the biggest, but he's pretty handy and he tries hard, which is the most important thing. But he was obviously a bit novice, a little bit guessy at a few, and I thought I was coming off him at the ditch, but
that just knock his confidence a little bit over the next couple.
Yeah, like he can jump. He can jump well. You know, when he's spot on, he's fine. It's just what he does. He just backs off a little bit, and then he'll have a little lurch. You know, so that's probably why it doesn't look quite so pretty. But he's done well, and look, we've bagged a 75 gram race, and we've got plenty of options now. You know, he will get a nice handicap mark to. You know, I don't think he's not a graded horse for fence.
Got old friend Rubo next though. Third time he's bidden to win this race.
Yeah, look, he's obviously very short price. Hopefully we can keep him on his feet and he can do the job.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.